Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to walk through 5 major updates with Squarespace SEO that you need to know about, especially if you are just starting out on this SEO journey and you want to grow your traffic. This video is for you. This has helped me rank at the top of Google for a load of really important keywords for my business. Also, stick with me to the end of the video. I have a bonus for you that is really important. A lot of people overlook with SEO that you're gonna love. All right, so right before we begin, 2 little tips, just so we're on the same page about SEO. SEO is a long game, so there are a lot of resources that I've created with my team on our website that you should check out. So definitely check the links down below. Number 2, I want you to know that SEO is such a valuable tool. It's like digging a well. So it takes time and it takes energy, but it's the difference between digging a well and just buying a bottle of water. You buy a bottle of water, you drink it. Well, if you need more water, you have to go buy another bottle. But if you dig a well, you'll have an endless supply of water. So with SEO, definitely it's a long game, but it is so worth it. So let's dive into it now. Number 1, the site title and the SEO tab. So here I'm on my demo website and I want to point out one thing. So once you get into your site here, you want to click on edit and you want to make sure you go to edit site header and then go to site title and logo and make sure this says your brand name. Because if you have a logo here, it's not going to actually show anything here. This is just going to say site title like this. Because I don't have a logo, it actually shows up on the page. But the way you really identify this, the way you really know is just look up in the browser tab and you're going to see it's either going to say your business name, Anchor Growth, or whatever it is, or it's going to say site title. If it says site title, you need to fix that. That is so essential and so important for your entire site. So the first thing we're going to want to do is make sure this is the right name and then go from there. So once I'm done, I'll hit save and we're good. Also with that, we want to go to marketing and this is the SEO tab. So for search appearance, there are these 3 tabs, home, pages, and items. The first 2 are pretty obvious, but I'll explain them so we're on the same page. Home is just your home page. So the formatting you do here is for your home page. Next are pages. This is your about page, your contact page, testimonial page, anything like that. But items, just so you have a clear understanding, items are anything that are a collection. So if it's a blog post or if it's a product in your store, you have a store and then you have items in that store, or you have a blog and you have blog posts considered items. So this is optimizing any of those. Now, there's a few options for us here. Number 1, what you want to do is format the SEO title. So here, it's just going to pull your site name with this %S. There's a few tabs that you can know about or a few options that you can know about. So you could see the variables here. There's this for the site title, there's the P for the SEO title, the page title, or the I for the individual collection item title. So they've already pretty much formatted it, but there's more we can do, which is for site title, you could do something like this. So if this brand was a digital marketing agency, I would type that. If that's one of our main keywords, I would definitely have that there. Then you could also do something like this where you could add in another tab and then you could put in your city, Orange County, California. You could do something like that. You don't need to, but you can. You could put OC, CA if you want, or just OC, whatever you like. These little details are super helpful for the site title because it fills out site titles. So you could have the same exact thing for all the pages, but just make sure you fill it out. It could be a little bit different, but just make sure you fill it out. For items, same thing. You could do that here. Digital marketing agency. There we go. Also, they do this tab. Maybe I would do align. You could figure it out. Whatever you like, whatever works best for you, you can do that. So here, you can make that adjustment. So let's talk now about the site description. The site description is really important to make it sound natural. You don't want to just throw in random keywords and put commas in between it. But what you can do is say, we specialize in digital marketing services, whatever the word would be, social media marketing, whatever those key word or phrases are, but just make sure it sounds natural. You don't want it to sound forced, and you don't want it just to be keyword stuffing. That is not going to work in today's world. Google is way too smart. So you want to just make it sound natural. So finally, I do want to show you that as soon as I hit save, you're going to see this text up here change. So watch this. Once I hit save, anchor growth, boom. Now it's added in that additional text, which is awesome. Now, number 2, you're going to want to set up Google Search Console and Google Analytics. I'm not going to go in depth on both of those because they kind of change here and there. But I have other videos and content. Definitely, if you're watching this video and you want more, check out the links in the description. There's going to be a ton of content, and if I make new resources, they'll be there. For now, I will walk you through both tools. So first, Google Analytics. Google Analytics is a great tool. It gives you a ton of data, actually like way too much data, but you can set this up. It's a few easy clicks. I have 2 videos on my YouTube channel right now for free for you to get started on it. And then there's Google Search Console. Same thing. You can go through this process. It's free. It's a little complicated if you've never done it before, but I also have a video on how to get it initially set up. Now, I also have a product that is for Google Search Console and Google Analytics together. It's kind of what I call the starter kit to get you set up right and make sure you're optimizing it in the best way possible. So check the links down below. There are a ton of resources that we have on the website. And if you want an overall resource for SEO, this is the biggest one. It's going to be our SEO starter kit. As you can see here, it's an amazing tool that this video will get you started and get you going. But if you really want to take it to the next level and understand SEO for the long game, the tips and tricks that you'll get in this kit right here are the exact tools and methods I've used to help clients go from 0 to 5,000 views a month from Google, or from 5,000 to 25,000, or help clients who have over 100,000 organic hits a month on their website. Yes, on Squarespace. So if you want more information, go check out the link on the website. There's so much good content in this. So you could set up Google Search Console by hitting start now and going through the process here. But there's actually 2 ways to do it, and I actually recommend doing both. So you'll do it like this, but then you'll go into your site and you'll go to Analytics, and then you'll click on Search Keywords. And right here, it'll say Connect Google Search Keywords. Hit Connect, but it'll ask you what email you want to use. Select the email you want to use. It'll then just verify that you want to allow Squarespace to have access, and you hit allow, and you are good to go. Again, I recommend doing both. Now, number 3. This one is so important, and I think it gets overlooked in a lot of talk about SEO on the internet, especially for Squarespace, any site really, but for Squarespace specifically. It doesn't get talked about a lot, which is going to be URL slugs. Your URL slugs are the foundation and the building block for all your organic growth. So when you're thinking about SEO, go to pages and make sure that all the pages have the right URL slug. So this is a demo website with a lot of random content on it, but let's just go to this events calendar. It says event 1. That's definitely not ideal for SEO. So I'm going to click the settings wheel and come in here, and you're going to see the URL slug is event 1. Sometimes it might be like this. You definitely want to avoid that. You want to keep it as simple as possible. So for like the about page, it could be just about/about. It doesn't need be about us or anything fancy, but just /about. Here, I would get rid of this and hit save, and we're good to go. That is what you want to do for all your URL slugs, especially when it comes to things like your blog. So if I go to this blog here and we call it articles, but this is really important because if you change this, it changes it for all your blog posts. And I'm going to show you right now. So let me say this is articles. I'm going to say this is white papers. Let's say when I start the blog, I feel like it should be called white papers. Well, I make that adjustment and then I go in here and then I'm looking at a blog post. Let me hit settings and I'm looking at this blog post. Well, you could see here now, again, this URL slug is something you definitely want to fix. But you'll see that this post is now /white papers / whatever I put here. And so all of your URLs for every single blog post will change if you make an adjustment. Now, if your site is currently live and it's been live for weeks or years, you do not want to change your URL slugs out of the blue. You actually want to set up 301 redirects. And so just Google that, 301 redirects, learn how to do that before you change any URLs, because it will throw off all of your Google results if you change a URL and you don't set up 301 redirects and you don't notify Google properly. It's kind of like changing your phone number out of the blue. You have to change it for everything, all the accounts you sign in, everything. So that is URL slugs. Now let's go to number 4. So number 4 is metadata. I'm going to show you the high level things to think about for all your pages. This is probably a part of the video that you could spend hours on working and making sure you adjust it and get it just right for your website. But let's get into it. So the first thing I'm going to do is click on pages. Once I'm in here, every single one of the pages that we are going to look at, you could do this for everything across your site, for any blog post, for any product in your store. Let's start with this home page. That's not the home page. So I'm going to click settings. And then what I'm going to do here is these are the few things you want to really think about. The URL slug, right? So we talked about that. We want to make sure it's legit, it's right, it's proper. I'm going to do index because I probably have home already on this demo website. So we want to make sure the URL slug is proper. We already went over that. But now let's take a look at the SEO tab. This is where a lot of things are very important. Now, the work we did in step 1 handles the title really well. So you could add stuff to the title, but in most cases, you actually don't need to do anything here, because as soon as I make a change here, homepage or whatever I want to write, it's basically the same thing. So I don't need to add anything there. But for the SEO description, you definitely want to write about what this page is, focusing in on one major keyword and keyword phrase. So the keyword phrases for your business are going to be unique. You're going to want to know what those are before you get started, because you're optimizing for a specific search. You're not just optimizing in general. So I'm optimizing for digital marketing agency. And in that case, I would make sure that phrase or something like social media management shows up in the sentences. Again, you want to make it sound natural and you want it to flow. You don't want to do keyword stuffing. You want to have sentences here. So we are a social media management company based in Orange County, blah, 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 blah. Whatever you want to write. Make sure you write 2 to 3 sentences. It's ideal that you try to fill the space as much as possible, but you should be good to go. Now, let me take a look at one more thing here that's going to be really valuable for you, is a social image. This is the image that shows up if someone texts or sends a DM on Instagram or posts on Facebook. This is the image that shows up for this specific page. And so you could customize this for every single page on your website. And it is such a valuable tool because it helps with just engagement. And I think if you boost engagement, it's an indirect way to boost SEO. So this is a place you could add one of the photos from your page. So if you have a page here and you have these different photos, so let me see, we have a lot of random photos. Let's say this photo's on the page. Great. So I could take that, drop it here, and be good to go. So then when it shows up on social media, you're seeing what it's pulling here. This is really valuable. I'm going to hit save and we'll be good to go there. Now let's go to a blog post again. I just want to show you these options inside a blog post. So we'll click the 3 dots, click settings. And then in here, the content, you can fill out the excerpt. That's really important. Here's the URL slug. We already went over that. But here's SEO. Here you could play with the title. Typically, the blog post title will be just right. So 12 reasons to hire out for a digital marketing agency, whatever the title may be. If that's already a title, you could just leave it. So you don't need to change anything there. And then the SEO description here. This could be the excerpt again, or 1 to 3 sentences describing what the blog post is. So social image, same thing here. You could add an image from your site, from the specific blog post to this post, so that when it gets shared, this image shows up. Now, number 5, this one is really important and gets overlooked, but it's going to be internal links. Let me explain what that is. Internal links is basically the idea that inside your site, the main sections of your site and throughout your site link back and forth to each other. That shows Google and the end user how to access your site and what site information is most important. So let's take a look at it now. So what this looks like is you have your most important links up in the top navigation here, and then everything else plus those main links show up in the footer as well. So you could see here, SEO audit tool, SEO audit tool, SEO guides, our services, our packages, all SEO services are there. There's a ton of links here. You want to make sure it's easy to get through your site, especially if you're launching a new site. I'd highly recommend setting up a footer like this. Basically what you do is you just create 4 columns. I have another video on this on YouTube, so just check the links down below. But you create 3 or 4 columns and you build it out. On my demo site, I don't have this built out right now, but that would definitely be something I would do. This kind of works, but you want to make sure you have links to everything on your site in the footer and in the main navigation set up properly, so then Google knows what information is important. For example, if I go back to our homepage, we have this SEO audit tool and then get expert help. If I don't have this link in the navigation, that's a little weird because it's easy to get lost on the site. And so you want to make sure you keep it as simple as possible so it's always clear where people are, where they're going, and how to get around really easily. Now, before I give you the bonus, there's one other thing I want to talk about, which is our SEO audit tool. Check this out. This is our SEO audit tool. Come here onto our website where you can do a free audit. There's no obligation. Free audit, just add your website and add your email, hit check your site. And what it does is it pulls information from this specific page that you asked it to pull from. And what it does is it tells you where the SEO is right now. So here we're ranking a 97 on this page for these 15 core aspects. And we can go in here and make adjustments. You'll see this little key, pass, fail, needs work. And so you'll go through here and see what needs to get done. If you have questions, you could learn more. It's a really useful tool that we're continuing to develop further and further and further. So you'll see everything here. Everything's built out. Looks really good. Let me see where the 97 is. It might be word count. That's probably where it's falling. Yeah, so I would just spend some time with it and find out what I could do to improve it a bit more to hit that 100 mark. And then you could do this for every single page on your website. Again, it's completely free. You could use it. Go check it out on the website. Now, for a bonus, this one is so critical. I think I've said that like 5 times now, but truly, this one is so important. So let's talk about it. There are 2 things you want to consider when you're creating your website, when you're creating content for your site, all of that. So when you go into your site, you want to go to pages. As you can see here, I'll click on pages. And then in here, you'll see I have a lot of these like dead pages. So I have the current home page. I have this home. I have this home. I have a press. I have 2 press pages. Few tips here. This is like so important, especially when you're optimizing for SEO. You want to make sure you remove anything that shouldn't be optimized. So for example, let's say this is an old homepage. What I would do is I click the settings wheel, and there's 2 layers of how you can do this. So if you go to SEO, you want to make sure you check this button here. So hide page from search results. This is so valuable. Now, when you hit save, you're good to go. You've hit it from search results. But if you don't want anyone to access it unless they have backend access to the site, then you want to actually go back to the settings wheel, and on this general tab, just click this enable page, just disable it, and then hit save. What you'll see is the page will go gray, and that means no one can access it. So then it's hidden, and it definitely won't show up in Google. Same thing here. I got these 2 press pages. I would go in here, and if I'm not using them or I don't want people to show up on it, and this press 1 is a horrible URL slug, I would go to the SEO tab and make sure it's hidden. So we've already done that. That's great. If I'm working on a page, we want to make sure it's hidden. So anytime I create new content, especially for a live site and a client, I'll click the plus sign. I'll create the page. Hello. Awesome. The first thing I do is go to the settings wheel and then go to the SEO tab and uncheck this box so that it doesn't get optimized. Finally, if you got value from this video, please hit that like button. This is some of the most important content on my YouTube channel, and hundreds, literally thousands of people get value from this content. So hit the like button so other people can find it, so they can get started on the SEO journey as well. I mentioned it so many times, but we have a gang of resources down below. And when I make new resources, I can't update this video, but what I can do is add resources down below. So make sure you check out the links down there. And if you want more help, I have another video, what to do after the basics. So we just went over a lot of content, but if you want more, there's another video somewhere around here that you could click on that's after the basics, what to do next. If you want more content like this, consider subscribing. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.